What is going on, YouTube? So coming back today with another video and a very heavy set of videos today. So today we're going to be looking quite a bit forward to something that I wanted to go ahead and talk about a little bit, like I said, a little bit early. So, you know, with 2016 NBA free agency really drawing to a close, you still got a few big players left. JR might, probably not, but might leave the Cavs. You know, you got Dwyane Wade, Donatas Montaigne, Ty Lawson. But that's some of the biggest names left, so there's not really much going on still. But anyway, loaded free agency class for 2017, especially at the point guard spot. Arguably, the top 3 point guards are all going to be free agents. So let's go ahead and start with the 3 outside. I'm going to do my top 10 best free agents for 2017, and then move into the top, 3 outside, and then move into the top 10. So let's start with number 1. These are in no particular order for the 3 outside. We have the power forward for the Philadelphia 76ers, Nerlens Noel. Actually, one of my last videos today was talking about Nerlens Noel and Jahlil Okafor. Whether he stays in Philadelphia or not, I still feel like he's going to be a free agent next year. You know, unless he ends up in a situation with like the Celtics or the Rockets where he fits in really well long term. I could actually see him fitting in well long term with the Rockets next to Clint Capella and Nene, Ryan Anderson, all those players. But that's beside the point. Like I said, will be a solid free agent next year, at least I'm assuming. So next one, CJ McCollum, shooting guard for the Portland Trail Blazers. So CJ had a breakout year this year. I believe he was actually most improved player this year, and part of a pretty electrifying backcourt this year that ended up being one of the better ones in the Western Conference between him and Damian Lillard. I don't know if the Portland Trail Blazers are going to split them up just because it seems like they got such a young core heading forward. They re-signed Allen Crabbe, so that was a big move for them. But again, a player that will be pretty heavily watched next year. And then next one, Serge Ibaka, the power forward for the Orlando Magic, former Oklahoma City Thunder power forward. I kind of think he's gone from the Magic after this coming year. You know, we'll see how it goes, but I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a good fit for me with Serge Ibaka and the Magic. I think he's going to go to a place that's maybe doesn't have a great front court, but also is a team that can contend. So at number 10, starting inside the list on the top 10, start with Giannis Antetokounmpo. By the way, I'm going to put this entire list in the description below, as always. Giannis Antetokounmpo, small forward for the Milwaukee Bucks. So, Greek freak, one of the most athletic guys, one of the most freakishly sized guys in the NBA. He's taken a step forward every year, pretty much for the last 2 years. Expecting him to take a big leap forward this coming year when Milwaukee has some serious height, length, and athleticism in their lineup between Thon Maker and Giannis Antetokounmpo. But again, I expect him to be re-signed by Milwaukee, but we'll see. It's still a long time out. At number 9, got the center for the Oklahoma City Thunder, Steven Adams. So Steven Adams will be about 23 or 24 when he hits free agency next year. Still going to be one of the youngest centers in free agency. Arguably a top 10 center in the NBA now. I still feel like he's going to stay in OKC, though. So at number 8, we got the power forward for the Atlanta Hawks, Paul Millsap. So he's part of a new front court in Atlanta, just put together this offseason between him and Dwight Howard. We'll see how that goes, see how long that lasts. Obviously, his longtime partner in crime, Al Horford, gone to the Celtics. At number 7, got the center for the Utah Jazz, Rudy Gobert. So Gobert really broke out in a big way last year. Stifled Tower, one of the better, more underrated front courts in the West between him and Derek Favors. A Jazz team that's expected to do semi-big things this year. We'll see what happens, though. So at number 6, really moving into some of the better players now, we got Gordon Hayward, small forward for the Utah Jazz. Staying with the theme of the Jazz, probably their best player. You know, it's going to be weird thinking of him not in a Jazz uniform if he does leave. Again, Jazz, one of those teams that's got a pretty good thing set up for the long term. And, you know, this is a guy that's right in his prime, going to be about 27, 28 years old when free agency hits next year. Probably going to command quite a bit of money, though, with the salary cap rising and all. So, at number 5, got the power forward for the LA Clippers, Blake Griffin. So there's been a lot of rumors about Blake Griffin being traded this offseason. There's also been a big rumor about him going to OKC, signing there, and then Russ re-signing there as well. That's obviously, I wouldn't say a long shot, but you can never make an assumption like that. But again, I feel like he's going to leave LA. Seems like LA's not really this, or at least the Clippers aren't really the spot for him anymore. Oklahoma City would make sense since he was a Sooner grad, or at least went to OU. So at number 4, got the point guard for the Toronto Raptors, and this is the start of the top of just point guards in this class. But the point guard for the Toronto Raptors, Kyle Lowry. So led a Raptors team that went to the Eastern Conference Finals this year. It was an all-star in that just overall all-star backcourt with Demar Derozan. Demar Derozan re-signed, I believe, to a 4 or 5 year contract this offseason. So he'll be there for a little while longer. I assume Kyle Lowry is going to stay around for as long as Toronto is that competitive in the East. So at number 3, really moving into the superstars here, we got the point guard for the LA Clippers, Chris Paul. So we'll see what happens this coming year if by some miracle there starts to be a little join up at the end, or maybe at the downfall not the downfall, but maybe at the end of their primes between Chris Paul, LeBron, Melo, and then CP3 or D Wade. That's the name I was looking for. Dwyane Wade is a free agent this coming offseason as well, just wasn't on the list. We'll see if that happens. It's going to be weird to see if it does happen in maybe like a place like Cleveland or New York or wherever. I just feel like he's going to end up leaving the Clips, though. It just doesn't seem like the Clips are going to be the same team after this coming off season. So at number 2, we got the point guard for the Oklahoma City Thunder, Russell Westbrook. So he might not make it to free agency next year with the Oklahoma City Thunder. We'll see if he's traded before then. It feels like the Thunder will try to get something out of him if he's really committed to not re-signing there. This is a Thunder team that's still a playoff team right now, but this is also a Thunder team that's already started semi-rebuilding. Who'd they get? Domantas Sabonis, Victor Oladipo. Cameron Payne seems like he's ready to take that next step. Steven Adams looks like he's primed and ready to go. Enes Kanter's still a big part of that team. So we'll see. Again, I think they're going to try to do everything in their power to keep Russ there, since he's one of the biggest superstars in the league. You never want to let a superstar like that walk. So at number 1, arguably the best player in basketball right now, maybe barring LeBron James, and that's the point guard for the Golden State Warriors, Stephen Curry. I don't think he leaves Golden State. I don't think there's really a chance of that. That'd be weird if he did. This is a Golden State team that obviously has a title window of maybe winning like 3 or 4 straight titles with how good this team is, and still pretty young. Steph Curry will be like 28, 29 years old next. He'll be like, what age will he be next year? I believe 29 or 30, actually. Let's see here. 28 years old, so he will be 29 for next year's free agency. So, again, Klay Thompson's still young, Draymond Green's still young, Kevin Durant's still got some years left. Again, I think this team's going to stay in the title window for a while. I don't think there's a chance that he leaves Golden State. But again, we'll see. He's a free agent. You never know. So that'll pretty much do it. Like I said, pretty intriguing to look forward to next year's free agency class, since there is so many big names in it. But again, see if some of them even make it next offseason before getting re-signed or traded somewhere else. But that's pretty much it. See ya.